Welcome again. So today's class is going to be about prompting. So what's the difference between a good prompt and a bad prompt? Who here, if you want to drop in the chat, what AI search engine or learning language model are you using today? What are you most familiar with? Can everybody just drop in the chat so I can get a good understanding? Because I know some people are taking advantage of the free Gemini account that we have through KW. That's definitely the same concept that we're going to be covering. Today, we're going to be focusing on um, just in general prompting, which could be used in ChatGPT. It can be used in Gemini. It can be used in Claude.
Do you want our
Perfect.
answers responded audibly or in text?
I see it in the chat, and you can say it out loud too.
So I
Which
use
one
a
do you use?
multitude of AI models,
Okay.
Claude being the most creative,
Uh-huh.
ChatGPT utilizing for structure and systematic design. And then I
Oh,
use Sora for video content creation,
yeah.
Uno for music creation, um, uh, Copilot for visual and video.
Uh-huh.
So it depends on what the purpose of it that we're using the AI model for that I would respond that to. It's not just ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And as far as prompt writing, the biggest thing that I've learned about prompt engineering is you need to create about a 5 structure format. First, you need to tell it what it's doing, what its role is. Are you an engineer? Are you a copywriter? Are you a editor? Are you a illustrator? Are you a graphic artist? What is the role that you want it to do? Then you
Yes.
need to create the genre or style in which you want this to be created in.
Phone.
Whether you
Yeah.
the font, the color scheme, whether you want it luxurious, elegant, whether you want it folk and wholesome, whether you want it humorous and whimsical, all sorts of things of that nature. Then you get into the author style. So you get into how does my tone, how do I want my message to come across? Is it direct? Is it forward? Is it more coddling and emotionally invoking? Are we creating a fear of loss and a solution oriented concept? All of those call to action type creation questions come into play. And then lastly, your own personal spin, your own personality to it, whether again, whether you're whimsical, whether you're a creator, whether you're, you know, professionally want to become across as that A personality CEO style, right? Like all of those
Yeah.
different variables play into a part. And then at that point, once you have that structure of those 5 kind of content creating elements, then you give it back to Chat GPT and tell it, utilizing all of these, create me the prompt. And it will then create
Yeah.
you the most ideal prompt for whatever
Yeah.
platform you want it to be.
I love that. Michael, let's definitely connect. Would love to workshop with you and anybody else who's on this chat who's using AI on a high level. It sounds like you're definitely utilizing the tools in the most effective way. This month is actually going to be filled with a lot of AI classes. I had to cut a couple because of the holidays. So I hope you guys all come and join me then. And Michael, if I'm going to be going over stuff, I might just pick on you to join in the conversation, but because you have a lot of this experience, just to kind of see if you can offer some feedback on how you've used it on a high level as well. But let's get right to it.
Oh,
Sounds, yeah,
sorry.
awesome. Good to see
Sorry.
you. No, you're
Sorry. Yeah,
good.
I was just coming in from outside, so I was not making
Aw,
sure that I was all prepared and didn't look heinous.
you're fine. It looks nicer there where you're at than where I'm at. It's pretty
I
cool here.
mean, yeah, in front of my house is a knife. I don't know how close.
Awesome.
I can't see my own screen right now. That's wild. It's probably
Awesome.
because
Awesome.
you got your thing up, whatever.
Oh, my
Anyhow, yes,
screen.
I'd be happy
Got
to
it.
collaborate on any prompting or creative design stuff. I mean, I enjoy this AI stuff very much to the level where I've
Will
even
do.
started creating my own GPT bots, my own like receptionist bot, my own
Will do.
menu.
Okay, let's jump into the class so we make sure that everybody is kind of up to that level
Got it.
too. I don't
Understood.
know if everybody in the chat are saying they're also using ChatGPT has been said. Trying to find where my chat box went.
Gemini. Yeah, a lot of people use Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini. Oh, there you go. Gemini Pro. Advanced with KW. Okay, great. So let's go right into it. And so just diving in really quick, what you put in matters. So if you're asking indirect questions or you're asking the ChatGPT or the AI language model a simple prompt, you're going to get a simple answer. And like Michael said, if you're not giving the tone, if you're not giving the setting, tone setting, and then phrasing it as act as a XYZ, act as a digital marketing expert, act as a real estate professional, and then add in more layers to that, you're going to continue going back and forth trying to sharpen up the output. And so, garbage in, garbage out. Train your AI like a team member, like you said, Michael. At some point, when you have all of your systems in order, which does take some time to create those prompts that are very specific to your ask, and then you will be able to compile a resource list for yourself. Or maybe it's like you said, Michael, going deep into training an AI model to be your assistant, which I love. So let's get to the next level. So, mindset, treating your AI like you're a junior assistant. Be clear, not cryptic. I like to add the tone, the goal, the context, but also add in layers of information that only I know and understand about what's going on. Let's say, let's pick a scenario. I'm working with a client. This is what I'm understanding about their body language and their specific, uh, specific, I guess, circumstances that are happening with their home, or if they're wanting to sell, what's happening behind the scenes. These are things that I am collecting about X client. I also want to add in that layer because it helps gather all the information and build more credibility to what our ask is. Finding that rhythm of unloading, okay, act as a this is the tone, this is the goal, this is what I want, this is the setting, this is what's going on. You will end up getting a clearer response. Even at that, after you get a clear response, it's often that it offers you another layer of suggestions. You will see it'll say, hey, could I do XYZ next for you? Could we move on to XYZ step? I highly encourage you to look through the output and really look and analyze what you want to make clear before you move forward into the next ask. And keep all of those notes, because what I'm learning as I'm going through with AI models, learning myself, and also going back and forth and learning um, everything that, oops, I see something in the chat. Oh, amazing. Oh, you got it. Yes, writing the objective. Thank you, Michael, for dropping that in. That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Um, I do like to say when I'm going back and forth, my experience is I'm having to go and tell it to change its tone for the output a lot more because there is a certain way that output is going to come out. And it's probably best that in the process that you are creating prompts after you've come and arrived to a solution. Let's pick a scenario. Write me a newsletter, right? I want to write that specific prompt after that I can utilize over and over again so that I can take that prompt, save it, and now I'm building a prompt library. So let's look at the anatomy of a high quality prompt. A good prompt should focus on four critical components to guide the AI effectively: context, role. Define who the AI is first. That's your first statement. The goal or the task, what you want it to do, write a blog, summarize this article. Maybe you want to summarize a couple articles. Constraints, use a formal tone. Tonality is super important. Using this even as an early adapter of ChatGPT a couple of years back, I still find that it's so important that for every output, I'm identifying the tone because that's where I get stuck personally. It's not coming out as sharp, it's not coming out as concise. Maybe it's sounding more poetic and it's not more my style. I'm more direct. I like an assertive tone rather than a whimsical, poetic style of writing. And so those are really important. And the more you become better at defining your tone, that itself could be another prompt or document that you set aside and you can upload it into your ChatGPT projects. Those of you who have dug deep into creating projects, you can stick it on each project. And for every output, it'll continue to get better and better for every prompt, it continues to give better and better output. I think this goes without saying, as we've already seen and chatted a little bit. Is everybody following along? Am I moving too fast? If anybody has any questions,
No,
feel
but I
free.
wanted to add something to everybody that is a major
Sure.
shortcut and trick. So let's say you're on your laptop and you want to take a bunch of information. Let's say that you want to go on to the Washington State WAC, right? And you want to get
Mm-hmm.
all the laws for all real estate. And you want to load that into ChatGPT to make sure it stays within the confines of all of that. You can literally go into a website, take a screenshot of it, and then just drag it up to the URL, the address bar, and that
Uh-huh.
will create a address of that screenshot. And then you just take that new address that you just created from that screenshot and you load it into your chat GPT as a reference tool. And
Ooh,
that
I
you
love
can
that.
do for multiple references, multiple layers of information. So let's say you have
Mhm.
5 browser pages open with all sorts of different things. Utilize this information for that, use this information for that, use this, like so.
Mhm. I like that. You must have a tech background, Michael. Were you in tech before real estate?
Huh?
Were you in tech before real estate?
No, so my background is I was always in real estate in some capacity, and I got into the mortgage industry in '93, and then I got
Amazing.
out in 2010 after the collapse. I became an electrician, and then I got into the trades for a few years, and just recently I got my broker's license about a year ago. But
Wow.
I, as a mortgage banker in '99, I built the website seattlefinance.com and we blew up. And so all of the things that I learned about internet and the geekiness of what I'm sharing It's just from those experiences as a mortgage banker and developing that website.
I love that. Okay, I'll show you guys what Michael is referring to with a visual examples. And I actually understand what you're saying, Michael, but I do want to try it out here because that seems pretty cool. There's another settings that you can activate within your actual AI model that I'll show you too, that gives you more of an in-depth researcher uh, setting. And I hope you guys all join us next week as we dive into using your prompt along with your calendar for a booking tool. But I'm getting excited because I know everybody is really excited about these AI classes. So going back to the prompts, we didn't go over this bad prompt. Actually, I skipped this. I'm going to go back for just a quick second. But this simple prompt, write a social media post about the new product launch, not enough, right? And I think that goes without saying, we've talked a little bit more about this earlier on, that this is not enough context. You can suggest platforms if you're looking to build an ad and you want to be specific about what the output is for a specific search engine or social media engine. Be very specific. Am I writing a post for my newsletter? I want it to be I want it to be fun, but I also want it to be easy enough for people to digest because I don't want it to be information heavy. My clients prefer short reads. That information could save you so much time because if you keep on going back and forth, you end up at a point where you're like, huh, I might have spent more time going back and forth with ChatGPT about what I wanted my output to be when I feel like I could have wrote that all on my own. So here's a better example of a good prompt, an on-brand and actionable prompt. You're a Seattle real estate agent specializing in urban lofts. Write a Twitter thread, max 4 tweets, announcing an open house for a one bedroom. I would include that amount of detail and more, maybe bedroom, square footage, if it's in the city. I don't know, a little, it's not, but I want to include more about the location to be specific, and include relevant hashtags focused on welcome. Okay, so it did kind of go into that and include a CTA. If you're writing a prompt for a caption or a video, you need to also include a couple of things. This comes with my background of social media marketing, but every output for uh, a caption or a reel script, if you're going to be creating reel script, should also come in this structure of hook, problem, present a problem, solution, and then call to action. Why? Because the hook is what gets people to stick. You got to give them the value right off the bat, or they're not going to stay. So, along with giving all of the details and information about your ask, if you're going to lean in towards creating a structure for a caption, also be mindful of the structure of a social media post, and add that in there. So, I'll want to say at the end of this, and make sure it's in the format of hook, problem, solution, and call to action. To take it a little bit further, you can add in context about who you are. If you already have, like, I am a real estate agent, I represent um, home buyers, regularly work with a lot of first time home buyers, or maybe uh, relo, I'm a relo specialist. So given that information really helps sharpen up this output, and my goal is to be able to converse back and forth at least 2 or 3 times max before I take it offline and start adding my own layer to it. As someone who's been working with ChatGPT model or AI models for a few years now, I don't take that as my last final output. I'll have to admit, I take it back, I restructure it on my own, and then I maybe add a personal twist on it. And that personal twist is if like to start my emails or my messages with, "Hey girl," like I'll make it personal. Yeah, personable. So I don't really take the last, um, well, I guess I do, but then sometimes I like to take it back and add in my own personal twist to it. So it doesn't sound like it's copy and paste from ChatGPT. Uh, okay, power of context and identifying the AI's world. If you guys want to take a quick screenshot of this, it would be great to kind of refer to this if you're still practicing on writing your ChatGPT prompts. If you're new to AI, take a screenshot of this, save it on your phone. Might be helpful when you're recalling all of these details of what to include in an AI prompt. Who is writing or speaking? Who is reading or listening? So now you're seeing the difference between identifying the output, what you want, and who you're focusing on, where you want this message to go, but you're also identifying and keeping the your persona as top of mind. Identifying the setting, the style, yes, that's important, but also remembering that you need to give that part of who you are coming into the scenario. My prompts can go from maybe 1 to 2 sentences. Avatar, yes, we'll be talking about branding, not the next class, but the class after, so please come along for that. Love to hear about everybody's different ideas, your niches, we'll share, we'll chat. Hopefully all of you will be connected and work together more. Common prompting mistakes to avoid: vague single word prompts. So again, my prompts could go from 1 or 2 sentences to a whole paragraph long. If I'm going back and forth with my client, I will sometimes given that whole conversation. So it started with this, and here's how it went. This is what they said. I said this, and they were a little bit, taken aback by what I said, which makes me think that we should go in this direction. So I could go back and forth narrowing my conversations and just to give you guys more peace of mind. If you have projects as an option, if you're paying a subscription for ChatGPT, please utilize it. I saw it was there for a few weeks and I never utilized it. And until I did, I saw the beauty of it because you can have a project file for each customer or client. For each client. And you can continue building that conversation and going back and forth and keeping that conversation within that one project. The benefit of that is it'll remember the context of that, and you may not remember or you may have not logged that in the notes. So it's awesome to be able to utilize it to um, its highest capabilities. Your action plan, context, goal, output, and style. We've talked about this. And again, the output, specify whether you want it to come as a list, a table. Sometimes I give information from charts that I want ChatGPT to summarize for me. I can ask it to provide an Excel file that I can then download, or I can ask it to provide a format that is an easy copy and paste that is within the chat. So keep in mind too that those are options as well if you are building a spreadsheet of items and you want it to organize. The AI can do it for you and it can provide you a CSV file that you could download and put into your uh, Google Google Sheets. If you guys use Apple, I find Google Sheets is a huge lifesaver because it can import a CSV file or an Excel file, and then I can see it. So that's a hiccup that I run into as a Mac user. So I really, really utilize my Google Suite tools for a lot of things, as well as looking at CSV files. Any questions now? We want to go into some of the examples we were talking about, just a little bit about the organization, a little bit more about the different use cases. And what that will include is the different AI modes, if you want to call it mode, or a different AI app. Because within ChatGPT, for those of you guys who are using ChatGPT, and for those of you who are using Gemini, you have different tools within that AI model to further your research. So let's talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to change my screen share right now to a different screen, so you may see a little bit of it. Switch up here. Okay. Any questions? If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Okay, good. So when I log into ChatGPT, I arrive at my home page. Simple. How can I help? What can I help with? I thought it said how can I help you? What can I help with? So I could go directly and drop in my prompt. I'm going to copy this from the presentation, and we'll see the difference between this output and if I were to use it in one of my projects. So the same output, and we'll see what we get. Tweet number one, tweet number two, and just for context, I'm going in with a new chat, not under any project file. If you are logging in for the first time, this is what you'll see too. Okay, join us this Saturday for an exclusive open house. Okay, great. Just listed. Let's see what happens if I drop it in here. Now, this is my KW Eastside project file. Under my projects here on the left-hand corner, you see new chat, search chats, library for any of the photos or outputs that you have that are JPEG, PNG. We'll go in here, explore. This is the different apps. Going down a little bit further, these are the ones that I have pinned. So if I went into this and I found something that I liked and I wanted to pin it, it'll arrive here. And then under the different projects, I have all of the different accounts that I manage. And so in this project file, what's different is I've added a document that helps with scripting, that helps set the stage for every time I log in and initiate a prompt. You can add as many files as you want. I have a couple of projects that have up to 10 files. It's just depending on the use case. So if I go in here with it understanding where this project goes, okay, here, just listed, where it doesn't have much difference. It's still pretty much the same, and my hunch is because there's not much context. Just listed, step to is almost the exact same. So hold on, let me see. I'm gonna go back into my project file and now I can say, hmm, open house announcement. I thought maybe I didn't do it there. Okay, here you go. Using the information from above, it comes out pretty similar. Love living in the city, step inside this industrial chic, one bedroom loft in the heart. Okay, there's a lot more context here. There's a lot more designed for those who crave both energy and calm, open layout, modern finishes. Yeah, I do tell it. Yeah, I say this is too corny a lot. I don't like that. Be more specific. Uh-huh. This sucks. Retry. That's funny. Yes, I do actually. And so another way to get really specific, and I'll show you guys here, I love this tool, is if you click the plus sign, you can go into deep research. You can go into agent mode. That's like your AI agent. Then you can do some deep, connect with your different resources. So because I have access to these, and you can actually access more tools. You can connect your Google Drive to your ChatGPT, and so the AI can research information within each of these places. So it could be really specific without you having to pull so much data in. Or if you want to, like Michael was saying, do a deep dive into the in just researching the entire web, go to deep research. Now, I want to gather information about the real estate market. This caption, but instead create a short um, paragraph for LinkedIn. Let's try to see, is LinkedIn users are readers, and could you try to please clarify what real estate information you would like to include for LinkedIn? Um, let's do option number one. So I copied and paste that one there. Just to see what we get, what information we get, because I want to show you that it will also include some citations for the information that it's gathering. So you can include that too. I think that's super beneficial for you to read more about the information that it's gathering uh, to verify, because it's not always going to have things right. And in my experience, oh, this is funny because it's connected to my phone. My phone's telling me that it's researching. This can take a couple of minutes, so I'm just going to chat with you guys about something in addition to this. But it will sometimes forget what you have referenced in a previous message, even if you're in the same chat. So if I'm going down a couple messages down, I'm like, oh, include this. Oh, actually, I want you to summarize this and include that as well. Be very careful because it will miss a lot of stuff if you're not looking and reading through everything. So that's why I implore you guys to take it offline, take it off the chat, and try to work through whatever the output is before you publish it, before you put it out online or send it to people, because there are times where it will miss important information. Um, So you'll have to say reference, and if it does, just say reference all the information from above, or reference the information that I've included from the top of this chat all the way to the bottom. Best way to alleviate that is to create some documents that you can upload into those project folders. And in that way, you can ensure that it's not going to miss any core or important information. We've gone a little bit further into this now, and this sidebar is super cool. I like that. It's sharing all the information that it's grabbing from the internet to calculate or to create that output here for us. This might take some time, um, but I like that it's going through all of the resources. It's lies. It's delusional. Yeah, everyone should create their own profile biography on ChatGPT 5. Yep, and the major models, they're the new search engine, right? Gone are the days of switching between Bing and DuckDuckGo. Information is all out there. You're going to be using a lot of these different AI models and AI tools. It's great to be familiar with this, and I'm going to drop my email in the chat in case any of you want to reach out to me to brainstorm, to chat about different AI stuff, as well as any tech things. I've been like Michael, we both kind of share the same background. I was in mortgage, I did tech and marketing and sales. I was a loan officer assistant for some time before coming into the KW world. So I love it. It's been 3 awesome years here at the KW Eastside office, but I work with every office too because I'm doing the Tech Thursday classes. So please reach out to me or any of your ASCs, or I can get you connected with your ASC in your office for more direct support. But for anything you guys want to chat about, tech, marketing, this is what I love to do. So this is going to go through, and I love that it's saying it's going through NWMLS, Redfin, all of those awesome sources. Let's see if I want to just stop it right there. Research canceled. Okay, I'm gonna be opening up the floor for questions. If you guys have any questions, let's chat about them. One more thing I did want to show you guys is what happens when I click on this explore button is it shows me all of the different apps that I can use. Yeah, I love that. Are you on Instagram too? Drop your drop your IG in the chat. I am always there. If you guys want to search for different tools within your AI model, here's an idea. Look at um, digital marketing because that is the core of every business and it is what drives your business forward. Marketing is a part of every business. Sales is a part of every business. You can download a AI expert or an AI app from here. So advanced, I think I've seen one that's like advanced, but I also have digital marketing specialist pro here. What I'm looking for is the usage. How many people have downloaded it? I'm looking for people who have, so here I see 25K people are using that business development and digital marketing plan. So go and check out all the different apps that they have available and let me know what you find is super useful for you. I'm eager to see what Michael's cooking with his Sora. And you just got approved as a beta user for Brivity's new AI model. That's so cool. I love that. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see the next couple of years how AI works with all the different industries. And I know with ours, we are people first industry. We are the face of our business. And so using AI just means you're going to get your time back. You're going to get more opportunity to be creative and to be more present. So take the easy way into building up these prompts, saving the shortcuts to optimizing your productivity, to getting you just 10, maybe 15 minutes saved every single day. Next week in our class, if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat, or else I'll just go on and ramble. But in next class, we'll go over a very simple way to create a calendar link, a booking link with your KW email. If you're using Calendly, this will save you $10 a month. And this is free because we have and we are subscribed to Google Business Suite, which offers a lot of different tools that includes creating a booking link. This booking link goes along with your calendar. So it'll help you block out things super easily. It's already synced, it's in there, it's on your calendar. But the cool part of it, I'll give you guys a, I'll give you guys a, uh, what do you call this? Give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek into what I'm going to be sharing is adding in different prompts to your time blocking. I'm basically giving the class away right now, but I hope to see you guys there. Please bring your questions. If you want to jump ahead and try it out for yourself, I would love to chat with you next class, and maybe we can share all of our experiences with the rest of the agents in all the offices. This was fun, you guys. Again, that's my email in the chat, jcnolan@benkinney.com. If you have any suggestions for classes that we can do in the future, super excited to just explore different ways to help everybody get ahead. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.